Welcome back to another edition of Man with the Show. I'm Zane, your host. Sitting next to me is Jay, the executive producer. Hey, Jay, how you doing? First of all, I just want to thank those of you who have subscribed, liked, share this programming. Thank you very much. Thank you for being there. This is one of the toughest time periods that we're going through with all these situations, and I'm not even going to talk about what's going on out there. You know what's going on. I know what's going on. We don't want to talk about it, and that's what we're not going to talk about it here. We're going to talk about other things other than what's going on. But again, thank you for those. Note we are on various social media platforms. If we do not show up here on YouTube, you will find us on ODYSEE.com, you will find us on BitChute, and you will find us on Gab TV as well. Note that. It's in the comment, it's in the description below. You can click on anywhere to get to wherever you want to go. Thank you again. Thank you very much. So, this just came out this week. Big news, big Marvel news. Even though, we've had a lot of issues with Disney and Marvel and Lucasfilm and stuff like that. Let's hope they don't mess this up. But what we got is Deadpool 3 is a go. That's right, folks. Deadpool 3 is coming. It's going to be shot. And it will, and I stress this out for those who have been the deniers in the comments, and people say, no, it's Disney, they won't do it on there. Yes, they will. It is will be a R-rated movie when it's filmed. Understand, people don't realize Disney has been making R-rated films for a long time under another banner. Touchstone Films is one of the banners that they did. There are many other divisions that they had in the company that makes various different movies all over the place. Touchstone was one of them. I mean, I hark back to the movie Ruthless People. If you've never seen Ruthless People,
Hey, what's the fucking cost?
That's the bitchin' part about it. It don't matter. If you can't afford it, fucking finance it!
This is something that you will say, no, it can't be a Disney movie. Technically, it is. It is a Disney movie. And it's R-rated. The language is heavy in there. But let's read this off of Collider. There are a lot of questions that arose when Disney bought 20th Century Fox. But one big question Marvel fans had was about the future of the Deadpool franchise. Only just a few short years ago, the low-budget R-rated superhero movie paid off for Fox in a big way, becoming its most prized superhero property. A sequel was imminent, greenlit, but the victory lap was short-lived as Disney swooped in and Fox's future Deadpool plans were put on hold. Clearly, Disney wouldn't throw away the franchise and the character as valued as Deadpool, but questions remain regarding on how the R-rated property would fit exclusively in a PG-13 box of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Well, as it turns out, pretty neatly. Collider's own Steen Weintraub recently spoke with Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige in anticipation of Marvel's first Disney Plus series, WandaVision. During that conversation, Feige gave a promised update on Deadpool, revealing when filming began and, most importantly, confirmed the sequel will be part of the MCU. That's a great thing. So we can imagine what they'll be able to play with this a lot. That's right. When Deadpool happens, it won't be some tangibly related property within a couple of jokes about the MCU, which still they could have done it okay, and we would have been okay with that. Ryan Reynolds' foul-mouthed mercenary is officially joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he'll be keeping his R-rated. And he will be keeping his R rating. Feige and sisters Lizzie, Monu, Logan, and Wendy are hard at work on the scripts with Reynolds overseeing it, but Deadpool 3 will not be filming until 2022 at the earliest. Understandable, you have a property like this. Deadpool, how long it took to get on the big screen. How long that Ryan Reynolds was fighting to get this movie done. And when it came to the big screen, it was a major hit. The sequel, I don't know the numbers. I don't think it did as well as the original, but still, it had a major fan base for that one as well. Everyone enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I hope they, Kevin Feige doesn't mess this up. Because you got a property right now that could, revert into anything. And, that new deal that they did with Spider-Man, Deadpool can jump over to Venom and Spider-Man on the other side as well. They could have that happen. It could happen. And vice versa. They're limitless possibilities with Deadpool. And it always shows itself, and that it's always been that kind of a character, that kind of a comic. That's why it has been always a popular, iconic character in the Marvel Universe. And, I'm really happy that they're going to keep their R rating, and I knew they were going to keep it. I'm not going to slam anybody who says, well, I told you so. It was. People are like, oh, like I said, they said, no, Disney doesn't do R-rated movies. But they have done. They've done it for a couple of decades. Not under the Disney logo, but they have other logos, other companies that they work with, and they put it on there. They are putting in R-rated section of the Disney Plus channel. It's already been announced for overseas, for the UK. Eventually, that'll revert into here. I think they're going to fold Hulu and everything into Disney completely. Eventually, down the line, not within the year or two. I think about in a couple of years, you'll probably see Hulu completely phased in, and Hulu's just another section, And they'll have their R-rated section as well. Disney is doing what they can to keep their the streaming wars going. Because right now they're up on top on here. Netflix is the one that they got to beat, and same thing with Amazon on there. Those guys, they're handling out there. Meanwhile, the rest down below, HBO and all that, they're not doing well. They're not doing as well as you think. Well, moving on, in a related MCU news, besides the Deadpool, we got this. We know that was a Venom movie. It's pretty much done. And we've been waiting. We know that there have been delays. In fact, just to let you know right now, Mobius is being delayed again. I haven't got that information, but we'll pass that on to you as soon as we get that. But at the time of this recording, I had just gotten a notification that they are going to be pushing that back again. Tell you, there's too many pushbacks. I mean, something's got to change in this, and I'll tell you honestly. In another video, another day. But the report is Super Bowl Sunday's around the corner, and I'm not a sports guy anymore. I used to be. I don't watch sports anymore. But there will be a Super Bowl commercial, and it will be a Venom commercial coming for the Venom 2 movie. Let There Be Carnage. I guess that's the official title now. And I guess we're getting a full trailer then for release date sometime end of June. I think it's June 25th, if I'm not mistaken, on there. So basically, and the other word is that this the Carnage movie will be R-rated as well. So we're getting two well, technically Venom is not really MCU yet, but I would consider it. Two Marvel movies that will be R-rated. How do you feel about that? I mean, a lot of people criticize, and they especially on the Disney side, once again, they're saying, you can't have an R-rated movie, it's Disney, it's kids, blah, blah, blah. And I keep telling, and I said this before in this video, Disney has made R-rated movies. It's constant. Up, down, straight, left, right, black, white. They have made R-rated movies in the past. It's been for years. Why wouldn't they make an R-rated movie? They do cater to adults as well. You have to remember, if you're a film company and if you cater yourself as a kids animated company, okay. Disney does not, they consider themselves a family corporation. So you're going to cater to everybody from children to adult. So you're going to have a variation. You're going to have a variation of different programming, different movies, shows. You know, all you got to do is look at the lineup. Just look at Disney's lineup on Disney Plus and Hulu. That's all you got to do. This is all the programming that they offer. I mean, if Disney didn't want R-rated movies, then why did they get Hulu? You know, why did they take more control of Hulu? You know, if they took control of Hulu and take out all the R-rated movies, I mean, then, okay, they're out of sight. They'll never have R-rated movies. But here we go. Deadpool 3 will be R-rated. Venom 2 will be R-rated. And that's it. End of story. How do I feel about this? I'm looking forward to Deadpool 3. I hope they do not twist it with these political jargons and stuff like that, which I'm getting tired of. I'm really getting tired of this bullshit. Venom, I think it was one of the most underrated movies, superhero movies of all time. And yeah, I'm going to tell you straight out, the superhero genre is on its way out, and it's, you know, this is probably going to be the last. I mean, I would have to say the ones that are going to survive out this are going to be the underrated stuff like Deadpool and Venom. You know, stuff like this will probably stay around for a bit longer. But I think the big end blockbuster, it's done. It's done. You know, because basically you don't have any more. You know, Kathleen Kennedy, and I'll bring this up. Kathleen Kennedy had said in an interview dealing with Star Wars, is that we don't have enough stories to make about Star Wars. Bullshit. There's plenty of books, Heir to the Empire and all, the Jedi trilogy and stuff like that. With the Marvel Universe, all you could do is go back to the old stuff. The new stuff that's coming out is totally disruptive. It's totally woke. Some of it hasn't even come out. You know, Daniel Kibblesmith. You know, his book canceled. A lot of the books are getting canceled at Marvel. Probably won't see the light of day. You know, there's a couple things that are in the cracks in between that might have some, you know, hints of might want to look at. You know, there's a Carnage one that's coming up, a female Carnage. Maybe that might do okay. But all in all, the comic book industry is pretty much dead. It's pretty much dead. I'll be talking about that in another video. You know, manga is overtaking. When you have Demon Slayer manga sell out more than the entire comic book industry in one swoop, that should tell you, that alone should be dropping an anvil on your head saying that, hey, why are they making so much money and we're not? Because you're hiring people that are basically inexperienced, that know nothing of the genre, that basically want to interject their own politics, that think that basically the universe, that universe has never been diverse, that there have never been blacks as superheroes. And they say, well, no, the white supremacists have had hold on this, not knowing who has been in this business. And when you have someone who sits there writing a Star Wars comic and saying that basically, hey, I don't read books. I just flip through them. I only read a couple pages and that's it. They don't belong in the business. Why were they hired? But I'm drifting off a little bit over here out of anger. Once again, I really like that these two movies are getting their sequel dues, that we're going to be seeing a Carnage, finally Carnage on the big screen. I can't wait to see the special effects on that. That's one thing I'm looking forward to. I want to see what Carnage looks like on the special effects. And I'm glad that they kept with Woody Harrelson. If they changed it, I would have been very upset. I think Woody can promote himself very well. You know, a lot of people criticize, well, you know, it should be someone that should be a serial killer. Excuse me. he was a serial killer in a movie, in a great movie. That Oliver Stone movie, opposite Juliette Lewis, Natural Born Killers. He was so good in that movie. And I could see him as Carnage. I could see him playing that role very well. And like I said, Deadpool 3, Ryan Reynolds, he found his niche. There are so many, you can ask so many actors, what role did you like the best in your career and stuff like that. And a lot of them will say, well, I like this one, but I really didn't find my niche. I didn't find that role that, really emphasized my acting ability. And Ryan Reynolds found it. It's very rare, but he found the niche that actors fight for, strain for, that they look for. It's that how can I put it? It's that journey that you take just to find that perfect role, the perfect script. And that's what being an actor is you're always striving to look for that perfect role that really brings you out, that shows your ability. And, that's one thing about Reynolds. He's showing his best. You could go down a list of people and say, like, hey, listen, Ryan Reynolds is one of those people that, he is a very, very good actor. So comment below. Tell me how you feel about this. Let me know. How do you feel about Deadpool 3? It's going to go into production very soon, probably about next year. How do you feel about Venom? That we're going to get a trailer finally. That's February 7th on Super Bowl Sunday. And the movie will be out hopefully this summer, God willing. If there are any movie theaters left, and not realizing that their drive-ins are open. How silly this Hollywood is, even though it's in ashes, it's burnt down to the ground already. I will always tell you that Hollywood is dead, because they have nothing left in them other than basically political ideology. That's all they have left. That's all they have left, is making movies that just are ridiculous. So you tell me in the comments, hit that subscription, hit that like. Don't forget, hit that notification bell. Let me tell you something. This is going to be one of the toughest years for being on social media, because of all the stupidity that's been going on lately. They tell you, build your own. If you don't like it, go build your own. And when you build your own, they shut you down. So remember, look in the description below. We are on multiple social media platforms. If you feel uncomfortable subscribing here, you have other options. But I do encourage you, please subscribe here, because it helps us move forward on this social media network. Because basically, they just brush us aside. Us small YouTubers, small channels like this, they just brush us aside for network coverage. And that's not what YouTube was built for. That's not what it was. It's lost its way. Let's show them that we can move forward with independent programming just like this, just like NERDROTIC, just like everybody else that is on YouTube that is independent. There is good programming here that is not political. Understand that. And don't forget, and the most important, right, Jay? Don't forget, share this video. We will see you on the next one. Thank you. Thank you very much. Don't forget, we have the Friday Night Tights tonight at 5 or 6. That's whenever they start on. Don't forget to check them out. Always a good couple of hours to spend. If you have a couple of hours to sit back, relax, take your mind off things, these guys will make you laugh, okay? Their episodes are always very funny. It's a great talk about the industry as far as the fandom and everything around, is movies, TVs, and all that. Do check them out. So I will see you on the next edition. Thank you very much. Bye-bye now.